Is it shifting enough, though, to beat this fine gentleman on the far left? One of the goodest gamers that have ever gamed. From Good Game Gaming, it is Noise.
And it's Burnett in the right side, repping Onside Gaming. He has a history with awesome top-tier Korean teams, playing, of course, for the Jin Air Green Wings previously. It is Onside Gaming's Rex.
Rex.
Big fan of the hit 1990s German drama Inspector Rex, and that's why he named himself. A little-known fact that I definitely didn't just make up.
Nice. I had a orange tabby when I was a kid called Rex, which is weird because that's like a dog's name.
Yeah, well, it means king, right? And lions are the king of the jungle, but like a domesticated cat is kind of like the king of the living room, you know?
Hmm. Yeah, dude. I always thought that like the dog was the bigger animal, and then you look out at the animal kingdom and you're like, wait, the biggest cat in the world is way bigger than the biggest dog.
The dogs need to. They're like humans. They need to have, like get in big groups. You know, they're
Yeah,
like, oh, their
power
like
is in the
10
pack.
of us. Yeah, exactly. Cat's a bit more solitary. Nexus into Cybercore, very standard opening. Nice. Did of course force him to take the awkward third. Now, in terms of habits, a lot of players go Oracle, they Chrono Probes, they don't really Adept Harass, and then they take a third base very early. Nice is the guy who very often will still just Chrono the first two Adepts, shade in really early. Then there's an Oracle, then there's another two Adepts, then there's another Oracle, there's another Oracle. 5 minutes, he still doesn't have his third down. So you think like, whoa, he's way behind. No, he puts so much pressure on. When he switches that gear on, at least, we'll see if he does it today, that it is like, wow, it's just non-stop pressure from the start. And it's very much about the Zerg's ability to handle that and not just get caught off guard from one of the many waves of harassment that he likes to throw their way.
There's going to be a Stargate build, which Rex will see with the Overlord over the Cybercore, seeing that the Warp Gate is delayed. That's generally what that means.
No second Adept straight away is interesting. So Chrono's one Adept and then goes into a Stalker. So a bit more focused maybe on denying the scouting there, hunting down the Overlords. And Rex, pretty solid opening so far. We've got those cameras of the players, of course, looking focused there in their rooms. And yeah, definitely something where Nice was putting that respect on Rex's name. Not sure if he was just being cheeky and trying to insult his rival Haas, though.
Yeah, I think there's always been a bit of a banter thing with Nice and Haas because they've always been the two Taiwanese guys at events when they had those two spots.
Yeah.
So it might just be a little bit of like, yeah, he's a jerk, you know, kind of thing, but they still love each other.
I think if you lose enough to anyone like who plays like Haas, then yeah, you kind of gonna have at least a little bit of animosity.
Especially when you're on top.
Yeah, I'm sure Rex is like pulling his hair out after that group stage match the other day. It really looked like he had Haas dead to rights, and then bam, surprise DTs just walk in and ruin everything.
They're good like that, the DT. Ruining everything.
Yep, the Invisible Man. It corrupts them, you know. They're always harassing mineral lines, going to people's workplaces unannounced and just ruining things, burning down buildings, sniping key tech structures. Nice quick third this time around. So everything I said about Nice piling on the aggression, nope, he's doing the standard meta right now. Into a very quick forge. What in the heck? That's a fascinating thing. I think he's going to play Charge Zealots. I think he wants a really quick +1 to make sure he 2-hits the Zerglings.
Yeah. I mean, +1 and Charge, definitely pretty devastating for early game Zerg. But we are making some assumptions over here.
Evo Chamber's up pretty quick for Rex, so probably a melee build. We've seen a lot of Hydra Bane recently. That's been coming back in a big way. And, ooh. Almost loses an Oracle. Good defense by Rex. So Rex, what stood out for him against Haas is his queens in his main. He did not let Haas's prisms or oracles, not that Haas built a single oracle, but his prisms get in the main at all. Always 3-4 queens to greet it instantly. Never got to unload a single unit. So Rex has like really realized that, you know, his big weakness previously was like the harassment, the prism getting in the back, and he's really worked on that to the point where look at his creep spread. Look at his queen positioning. He's taking no damage to this harass. His opening is super tight.
Yeah, it's looking better and better from season to season. Temple Archives coming down. It is going to be +1 charge, and Archon's coming up next with the Prism. So yeah, going to be a pretty fast upgraded attack from timing from Nice by the looks of things.
Yeah, so there is this could just be macro, right? Just Archon Zealot macro, but there's always that thing if you do get a Prism in the main, like I think it was Creator tried it on Serral in Home Story Cup on this map, I think it was, where he like just tries to attack the front with Mass Zealot Archon and drops 2 Archons in the main and tries to warp in 10 Zealots there at the same time. So it's like a 3-base 10 gate, just pure Zealot Archon timing. And against especially a guy who's very Ling Bane focused, it can just knock him out of the game very suddenly.
All right. The Ling's starting their assault here on this almost completed wall in there of Nice at the 3rd Nexus.
Roachborn does come down, so Rex is not going full Hydra Bane. Good choice. Hydras are very powerful on the damage output, but they're very fragile. Roaches and Ravages are a very efficient way, of course, of defending pushes. And this is what I was talking about. Archon in the main can always be scary, but the Zergling sees these guys morphing. I love watching High Templar kill things with their auto attack, man.
You just don't see it every day, you know, or every month, really. It takes
I mean,
a long
yeah,
time.
it's like you're in the middle of a war and someone kills someone with a tennis ball. You're like, what? That's not meant to actually hurt anybody.
All right, Lings have got their +1, but as do the Zealots with their charge. Not really a fight the Lings want.
Ooh, Zerglings aren't able to find anything just yet. Rex is up 2 workers, but against the Protoss who's taking a 4th, unless he's going all in, he's going to need a lot more workers than this and probably a 5th base. This is what I was talking about, dude. He's like been traumatized by prisms. His anti-air defense is just off the charts. It's so good. Gonna lose those Banelings to the Oracles though. Really good snipes there. Does get distracted by the Lings at least. Good movement by Rex to pull those Oracles away. And he's also baiting out a lot of Oracle energy, which is nice. So they're not gonna have, you know, the maxed out Oracle energy. You do a desperate Roach push and there's a maxed energy Oracle that kills 12 Roaches. That should not happen this game.
Yeah. Shoulda, coulda. All right, we got the Immortals coming up here for Nice. Starts running that army. I'm scared of the Archons here for Rex, who's still so Ling heavy. He's making a lot of Roaches back at home, though. Definitely changing his comp to look a little bit more deadly to this Zealot heavy Nice. 3rd Nexus very low, but the Oracles making it a very ineffective trade for him there with those Lings.
Yeah, effectively only got a battery. You know, damaging a Nexus doesn't really achieve anything unless you kill it within the next minute. Otherwise, it'll regen its shields. So Disruptors are coming in. It's a pure Ravager Bane commitment for Rex. And on this map, where are you going to attack with Ravager Baneling? Like, I don't... If this is a wide open map, I'd feel okay about Rex's position. But as it is, it feels terrible because I just don't think he's got a big enough area to go in without getting hammered by Archons and Disruptor Splash. I think the splash of both of those is going to be very difficult. He's got a big army advantage right now, so he is hitting a pretty crisp timing. He's got Bane Speed about to finish. The thing is, he's kind of, you know, foreshadowed what he's doing. You can tell Nice is ready for it. Going to try and distract him with a couple of Zealots. Every second he buys is huge because he knows if he can get out 1 Disruptor, that's great. 2 Disruptors, even better. A few more cannons and batteries are coming up as well. Rex is on a timer. He's got to get going.
Yeah, his army is as powerful as it's going to get at this point. It is a very low-tech army, but there is a lot of it. And it is heavily upgraded, my god. +2 about to finish with those Banes.
Banes ain't going to find an avenue, though. Like,
yeah,
this is
look
the
at
problem.
that SimCity.
This map is so hard to attack on the 4th. Once they take a 5th, then there's openings. Baneling drops, also another way to find openings. But yeah, it feels to me like we're, you know, kind of redundant tech for Rex at this point. The Roach Ravager Bane. Oh, and this sort of move is so annoying. Does have a few Lings there, and the Queen getting a lot of damage, though.
Oh my god, that might be... Okay, if there was a creep shimmer up here, bam, it's dead. That does not end up that way. The Baneling's looking to roll on in. He's looking for that probe line, but again, this high ground SimCity of Nice is quite good.
And he's going up to the edge of the cliff. He's going to throw a Disruptor out, I think. Watch out. Uh-oh.
Oh, Disruptor on the right side. Kind of blocked a little bit by the upgrades on the webcams, but it looked like it connected with a ton.
Some of the Disruptors go down before they can fire, but dude, the Baneling's washing into battery overcharge. Archons.
A lot of Roaches left.
If he can get rid of these Disruptors, that'll be big. He's getting on top. 1 Archon falls, another Archon about to fall. The Disruptor shot comes in from the rally.
An attempted to split there from Rex. Not a whole lot of room to move, though. He loses quite a few Roaches. The Oracle's being very annoying from the skies. And Rex is starting to get thinned out a little bit. Archon's coming in from the right side. Reinforcement of Lings right on top of those Archons. They do meet the others, though. Somehow those Archons meet in with the rest of the pack. One on the right side goes down. Disrupt the Nova coming on in to try and grab those Lings. Disruptor does go down against Nibble, but he's +2 attack Lings. It is a trade in the end with Rex on the downside. Nice holds. And there's a mothership on the way, Pig.
You know, this was, like I said, on a different map. I think Rex's strategy is really good, but this map just happens to be a very nice one. That was, oh my god, I don't even mean to, like, I get halfway through saying it accidentally and I can't stop. I'm sorry. It's a very good map for Nice. It's just very good for Protoss to defend on 4 bases, and if the Zerg likes to hang on lair tech a lot like Rex does, it's a great way to start the series and set the pace for it, because yeah, Mothership, Carriers, Triple Stargate, these are all amazing things for the Protoss player.
Yeah, absolutely. The Carriers on the way as well, taken to the sky. Getting to that death ball that every Zerg sees in their nightmares. North side, 12 o'clock, or I guess the 11 o'clock hatchery under assault here by a couple of Zealots, just distracting Rex more than anything. The main force of Nice gets bigger and bigger back at home.
9 Zealots warping in to reinforce. I like that Nice is just staying active with these little run-bys, just keeping him busy, and he's adding the very quality gas units into his army. Hive is on the way for Rex right now. I do wonder, like, there's always the chance if you get the right engagement, just a lot of Corruptors fly in, shift-click the Carriers, and then, you know, the Ravager Bane might get the perfect engage. But I don't think he has a Spire just yet, does he?
Not that I've seen. So, yeah, it is just a ground, semi-ranged, but mainly melee-focused army.
Definitely feels like if the Protoss is able to, you know, hang on these 4 bases and build this army, it's very scary. Keeping him off a 5th is something, but oh no!
Hello, neighbor.
Ooh, that's a way to wake up, man. Youch. Just coming out of the cocoon to a giant Purification Nova on your face. It's definitely very nasty. 3 Carriers are building at a time. +1 air weapons is on the way. Of course, last year there was this... Oh, here we go. Oh! Disruptor dodged. Next one, only hitting 2 roaches. Banelings are getting up there, but oh, that's a good disruptor shot. A couple of Protoss units do go down. The probes are getting out of there, though, just before the workers are found. Great run on that. And the Oracle Stalker does deal with the Banelings. That next wave washes up. And we have a Zerg who desperately puts down a Spire, an Ultra Cavern. He has not found the mark. Rex's Ravager Baneling play unable to take on Nice here. And as I said, if Nice is favored, he is the king of playing just great defensive macro in this region. You don't see him play like this that much if he's up against one of the very, very, very highest ranked players in the world. But if he knows he's the favorite, he's happy to play just solid Protoss defense.
Yeah, and rightfully so. I mean, he's doing a really good job with it. Next, Rex wants scrappy, fast, in-your-face video games, and Nice just wants to slow it down. He's letting the mountain come to Muhammad here.
Oh, Ling's getting a nice angle on that. If you could cancel that 5th one more time, that'd be pretty huge. But yeah, these Baneling trades, I mean, the units lost time, I shudder to look, but I mean, we've got to look, right? The units lost time cannot be good for the Zerg. Oh my gosh, comes on in, the battery overcharge getting crazy value, but the Archons do fall.
Oh, they certainly do. And big pickoffs there, very expensive.
Ooh, Molling's on the top. He's going to get the Nexus Snipe. Okay, 8 probes and a Nexus Snipe. Grab a few probes on the way out would be good as well. Definitely worth. But that's a giant army of Protoss units. The Ling Roach going to try and base trade it. Just mass Ling going for the base trade. He knows he cannot fight that Protoss army.
Yep.
Nice actually turning around to come home.
Yeah, just going to go for it. I mean, this is kind of what Ranger was talking about in that... Or Mia Micah rather was talking about in that game that he lost against T-Ball. Like, I can't fight the army. I should have just base traded instead of coming home.
100%. And these Lings going to try and continue on in, see if they can find more damage. They've lured him back. Fortunately, Rex doesn't have the money to remax. He's trying to make Corruptor Infester right now. I don't think he's got time to get up spellcasters, sadly.
No, I don't think so. Yeah, Rex kind of had this game by the short hairs for the first short while, which is generally the case with a more aggressive player. That's Nice, just cool, calm, and collected. Managed to wait it out, and now he's got himself not quite the most convincing death ball, but a pretty convincing death ball relative to Rex's position.
8 Infestors on the way. So I think the play here has got to be what? Neural all the Archons, right?
Yeah.
Turn them on the carriers and whatnot. try and
eight
launch some big
Neurals and,
attacks.
or rather 8 Infestors and Wings of Liberty, I'd be like, oh, the Zerg's going to win. Like, oh, damn, this is huge.
48 damage of fungal, completely immobilized. Oh,
Yeah,
the
so
days, man.
Just like mouse scroll binding the infested Terran spawns with like 3/3 upgrades.
So good, man.
Yeah, for Zerg.
Oh my god. It was a special time. You know, back when you could have a 2-supply unit that just starts with burrow move, no upgrade required, and could drop a full medevac of Marines in a base for energy only.
Yeah, exactly. And Fungal was
Amazing.
instant and was undodgeable and
Yeah.
felt like it covered half the map. You know how people complain about the size of the Ghost EMP?
You know what's crazy? People, like, if you look at Queens now, they still feel like almost a little oppressive defensively. Yet their transfuse used to be like twice as good as it is now.
Their transfuse was insane. It was instant. It wasn't a overtime thing.
Yeah, now it's overtime and it can't be used off creep. But like, for so many years, it was like, this seems a little good. And they're like,
Seems a little good.
we're gonna give it Tempest range versus anti-air as well, just so it can kill an Oracle 2 screens away. You know, like.
I remember casting games when the Queen didn't have an air attack; it only had a melee attack.
Oh my god, the old 2-range queens that like Hellions could kite forever.
Yeah. All right, well, we've just been buying a little bit of time here. We're going down memory lane as Nice goes down Rex lane here with a big group of terrifying units.
He's going to look for the Microbial Shroud Queen defense, but dude, there's so much on the ground that he does not have an answer for. Fungal's trying to go out there. He's got to watch out for those balls. Big ones landing on the Queens, but the Infestors do avoid it. Microbial Shroud goes down... oh, is that a Blinding Cloud, actually? On the Archons. Blinding Cloud, Fungal,
And
Wombo
fumbles.
combo.
And
There's just no damage behind it for the Zerg, though. If he has 8 Broodlords there and lands those spells and has some Spore Crawlers and gets a Microbial Shroud down, it's a lot of a different story, but that sort of army you need to start preparing for minutes and minutes ahead of time. And of course, Rex was rather all in on the Ravagerling Bane. And that map, just not the map to find an opening. If Nice got aggressive at all, I really do think Rex could have had great success. But Nice was like, nope, dude, I'm not wasting this map. Just set up a wall on the 3rd, set up a wall on the 4th, and I'm going to wait for you to make the mistakes.
Yeah, unfortunately, an army like that, like you mentioned, you need to have that big ball of Corruptors. You got to slow it way down, start just chilling on your side of the map, get the spores out, and just send out pockets of lings while keeping all your gas units close to your chest, waiting for the inevitable showdown. But anyway, guys, that is game 1 in the books. We're going to take a short break. When we return, it is going to be Norse versus Rex, game 2. Don't go away. We'll see you then. going on, my StarCraft mates? Welcome back to the Taiwan main event here for DreamHack Masters. I'm Maynard. With me is Piggly Wiggly, and we are watching Rex versus Nice, with the Zerg currently being down 1-0. It's a weird way to say it, but I should just say that Nice is 1-0 up, right?
Focus on the positives, not the negatives.
Glass
Think about
half
what
full.
you want to achieve,
That's right.
not what you could lose, but what you could gain, Maynard. Remember, keep the positives, focus on what you can achieve.
Yeah, shoot for the stars, land in the moon, that kind of thing.
Indeed.
Believe.
Don't let your memes be dreams.
That's why me and Micah's Roaches beat your Immortals. He believes harder than you do.
That is actually true. That's a science fact. I'm pretty sure Mio Miker can actually reshape and redistribute particles in the universe. He can bend the spoon. There is no spoon. There is no immortal. And that is why he wins the game that hard, man.
Yeah, there was this guy on TV once that said, I reject your reality and substitute my own. And that does feel like a few of the players, not just me and Micah, but a few of the players in this bracket actually like to do exactly that.
That sounds like a lot of the disagreements I have with people in Twitch chat, Maynard. Actually, that seems to be the...
I think that's all of Reddit, at least 90% of Twitter, and all of 4chan. Yeah, no, you're spot on, mate. Right on the money.
I guess you're just in a different reality than me, man. Well, right now, Nice is sitting pretty, but best of fives are a lot about who can take the opponent's map off them. And that last map, I think, is obviously the Protoss map to see in this matchup. Definitely with the style Rex played as well. Hard to find your way in and break through. Nice.
Certainly.
Just turtled up, man. Didn't give him the openings to work with. If the Protoss gets over eager for a 5th base, gets eager to attack or slow to the Zerg down, things can be different. But as it was, in hindsight, of course, we see everything. We got to see everything. Rex needed to go Hive, threaten a Broodlord swap, something like that to force Nice to come out on the map and play his game. But as it was, we're going to see Nice with the 1-0 advantage. He is, of course, the overwhelming favorite in this match, but Rex is apparently the new one knocking on the door. We'll see if he can live up to that name. We are going into Cosmic Sapphire, another big map. This one will be interesting to see how it unravels. In the top left side, in the red, it's Onside Gaming's Rex.
And in the bottom right here of Cosmic Sapphire, from GGG, it's Good Game Gaming's Nice. This is the Taiwan, Hong Kong, Macau, Japan region, but we're just calling it the Taiwan region right now because it is just the Taiwanese remaining. They're too strong.
Indeed.
Too big of a region for this this qualifier, or rather this main event.
Big fish in the sea. Go Joey. One day he's going to make top 4 into the playoffs. He's always close. One day
He's so
he'll get in
close.
there and bring that Hong Kong representation. But
Yeah.
for now, let's talk about the map, dude. This map is way better for Rex if he plays the same style, because if you look at like the 3rd, the 4th basin out front, there's rocks that can be taken down, that just big wide open areas accessing these bases. There's like, on the north there's 2 ramps. On the last map, think about how tiny the entrance was. In this one, you've got this big area in the middle, all those 2 ramps on the top, and a big double opening on the south side. Much better for Ravager Bane to get in there and overwhelm rather than funneling through a choke point. So definitely one where Nice may pick a different strategy, and Rex, well, maybe he tries the same strategy again and just goes a bit harder.
Maybe. I do like, the idea of being aggressive. The guy that wants to be in the face and wants to mess with the more mechanically sound player. Like, no offense to Rex, I'm sure he'd probably agree that Nice is, just mechanically more solid than most of the guys, if not all of them, here in this top 4, himself included. So you don't want him to be in his comfort zone. You don't want him to just be able to play StarCraft unadulterated on his side of the map. You want to mess with it. You want to get in his face. You want to distract. You want to disperse. Be annoying.
Twilight Council coming down for Nice. So yeah, I'm curious to see what this one is. Do we see a robo behind it, or what precisely will the build be? The Stalker's on the way as well, and it's not the best map for Glaive Adapt. It really feels like it's not a good map for that at all, because it takes so long to get across. But there are many different brands of Twilight openings. It could just be like the 2-gate Dark Templar 3rd base build is an option.
Dep rolling into the main base for a bit of a scout. Maybe a drone if she's lucky.
Oh,
Oh,
good
good micro.
spore tricks.
Good micro.
Tight play by Rex. And yeah, if we check the gas mining in nice main, then that'll tell us. I think we're going to see a DT shrine go down. There we go. All right, so it's going to be a DT opening. Usually you see that with 2 gateways and a quick third base these days. Very popular way of going about it. The old 4-gate DT build, way more committed, right? Easier for the Zerg if they scout it to just like block it and get ahead. But 2 gates going down. Okay. 3 gates. Oh, wow. Nice is going old school, baby. Damn. I literally still do this build because I'm lazy and I learned it in 2017 and I like doing old builds so I don't have to learn new ones. But I mean, the thing is, Rex won't have played against this much because nobody does this on the ladder. It's so rare these days.
It is just one of those things, and it happens a lot in this game where there have been so many metas and so many builds that have fallen out of fashion that you just don't see them anymore. And then you've spent so long building up your response to it because you used to see it all the time that you forget. And you're like, oh, right. I was meant to scout at this time because this build existed 6 months ago.
Spores are on the way in each base, so Rex playing very safe. He's got some Zerglings coming out. He's staying on a very conservative work account. I don't think Nice really needs to do much damage here. I think he just needs to like not throw his units away, simply because Rex is playing with a lot of respect. Like lots of queens, lots of lings, spores, roach warren. He's down on workers. The problem for Nice is I don't see him moving out to take a third behind this, and that makes it a little bit awkward for him. I think he'll probably go for a quick forge before he expands.
In come the DTs. Time to hack and slash before they become the cotton balls of death. Spore is up.
Oh, he's going to use the choke point on the right side of the mineral line, but where's
He's going to try it.
Where? Whoa.
Prism, hello?
Oh, you cannot afford to lose these DTs. You cannot afford.
Okay.
Oh,
no,
he
he's making an
morphs.
Archon.
Okay.
I mean, that might survive. There's not many lings left, and the queens will take forever to kill it. Oh, he goes for the recall just for safety. Okay, fair enough.
Ballsy move, Maynard. That was really ballsy.
Goodness, I was starting to sweat a little bit over here.
Oh, he's going to get a ling for some lost mining time in the main. It's a nice annoying play, and does get the prism out there without losing it. Yeah, Forge and Blink into a third base behind it. So not a very quick third, but he's got good tech, including an Immortal coming up behind it. Rex drops a Spire, though. Ooh, okay. If Nice can do a push of like maximum 60 probes, Blink Stalker, Immortal Archon, that'll be really good if he catches Rex building the mutas. But if he turtles up a bit too much, those mutas are just very hard to deal with if you don't have a Stargate.
Yeah, certainly. It can just be the lights out maneuver. Easier said than done, of course. The Overseer rolling in. And gonna see exactly what's happening in the main, which is the follow-up. And he's, everything looks pretty normal as what the follow-up would be from this old DT drop into Double Archon, which was PVZ for... I mean, I was talking about 6 months ago. This was PVZ for years, I think, the DT drop.
Yeah, definitely. First got figured out. We were seeing the double, 2 prisms, 4 Archons. That was a hilarious time.
Yeah.
Remember, Patience was a connoisseur of that. Whoa.
Yeah, prism's already bruised from earlier.
Yeah, Archons, of course, are mostly shields. So they are going to come in and just pick off a few Zerglings. They will regenerate all of that. Spire's done, but no mutas have been made just yet. Being super safe as Rex, building 11 roaches right now. And he's not sure if there's a huge attack coming or not. Another Archon pickoff. Well done. Nice as being super efficient. Double hallucinated Phoenix is going to be crucial. He's looking for that Spire. He's looking to see if there's any sign of what's going on right now. He's going to fly right over a Spore and a few Queens, though.
Yeah, so one of those is going to die immediately. Spire, I think, is in the natural on the red.
Oh, he's not microing it. Oh, no.
That's unfortunate for Nice.
Oh, he's going to see it.
Okay.
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 The mutas are already on their way, though. They can fly past the Archon drop, get into the mineral lines. Cannon battery already going down. Yeah, he definitely noticed it. This is not something he didn't notice. He's going to build a cannon, a battery in each mineral line. He's already warping in Stalkers to cover the natural. Very good play by Nice, but he's pinned back defensively. I would actually love to see Rex go full Mutaling from here. But instead, he's going back into Ravagers, so he's going to do a ground-based all-in. Ravager Ling. The mutas are just there to distract, to force him to build a lot of static defense back in the main and the natural. And he's going to go past. Already one muta gets sniped, though. Very good pickoffs. He's got enough mutas to one-shot probes.
Yeah, this feels kind of like an advantage for Nice, oddly enough.
It definitely is. I mean, this is an all-in, right?
And yeah, Rex is going for an all-in with a ground-based army, and Nice is getting stronger and stronger against a ground-based army.
Nice needs to go. I mean, Rex needs to go right now. He can't wait. Like, he's already morphed all the Ravagers. Now he makes melee and a Baneling Nest. I mean, I didn't think it was necessarily going to work, but...
Okay.
What?
Is that a rallied immortal?
That's an immortal. How did that get there?
I mean, it got into the main too. Like, that was a long walk.
Oh my gosh. What? It's just impressive that it made it that far.
You know, there's robo rallies and then there's robo rallies. I wish I could say that's the first time I've seen that, but I've seen it so many times. It happens. I've seen Colossus walk up a ramp and just die.
Speaking of Colossus, they are on the way right now. He's going for a second robo as well. Nice is one of the few Protoss players that likes to do a big Colossus like Archon death ball sometimes, and it is a very scary army. Just the 9 range on the Colossus, you get 3 or 4 of those and Banelings start to get shredded, Zerglings just disappear, can be very powerful. Rex is continuing the macro game, so he's playing 79 workers. I'd love if he was denying the 4th. He's got such a huge army right now, but he's not doing anything with it, and I wish he was at least acting a little bit more scary, you know, being aggressive, posturing, denying bases. He sees the base there, the mutas come in, they get shut down. Those mutas are basically worthless at this point. I think that would be a free cancel for him. He's already got, like, you know, a big supply and money advantage. Going for the Hive, I think it'll be an ultra transition for him this game.
Yeah, which makes sense. You know, the Ultra is, since hitting the ZVP meta, a pretty effective unit, as they found against most of Protoss' stuff on the ground. Can really just negate the Colossus and just disappear the Zealots in lieu of having a lot of Banes, which Rex is still making as well.
Yeah, Bane Speed's going to be finishing shortly. This base is way more wide out in the open. I do think still there was maybe an opportunity to go mass meter in this game. He didn't do it. He's gone back to this ground army. I think Rex is just an expert in Ravager Bane. I think this is like his expertise. So Knight is just waiting for it. He's like, I know you're going to shove Ravager Bane at some point. I'm ready for it. Bring it on. Got to go get out in the open. The Sentry Stalker moving forward. Careful, Nice. I don't know if those sentries are meant to be there.
Yeah, I mean, they should be with the army, right? To force field and make this army not die to a million Banelings and Lings.
Yeah, as long as they stay with the Colossus, though, right? If the Stalkers venture forward, oh, man.
That always breaks my heart.
Well, he manages to almost take the shields off one Stalker. Don't know if that's a good trade for 14 Banelings, but...
I'm going to have to do the math and come back. By the time I'm back on the broadcast, which I think is on Sunday, I'll be able to let you know where I come on that math. Okay, big attack coming in. There's the force fields.
Oh,
great force fields from Nice.
The donut. He actually literally forced the Banelings into a clump. That was the PlayStation GIF. 100% dropped the Colossus shots in the middle of it. Oh my gosh, that is why Nice has been dominating this region in the last 2 years. He eats a bunch of biles, but he's got too much. Does he? Bane's coming in.
Does he though? Oh, clumped up Stalkers still bruised. A lot of them do die to the Banelings there.
But Lings into Colossus, man. Yeah, not going to work.
Yeah, exactly. 3 Colossus still alive. None of them have gone down. They got +2 attack, and they are shredding the things on the ground here, which are all light units. The drones getting laser beamed as the Stalkers come in from downtown to assist. No more force fields remaining, no more sentries remaining, but I do not think this next ball of Banes is going to be Rex's salvation here for game 2. As Nice continues his walk of death.
Yeah, no, beautiful gameplay here from Nice.
GG.
Just getting up to that death ball. So many force fields pushing in for the win. And Rex having a tough start to the series, but Nice, there's a reason why he is the king here.
Yep.
And it's because he is just so well-rounded as a player, handling the mutas just with ease, scouting them. The Archon drop was fantastic. Very clean play. He's barely breaking a sweat.
I mean, I love how just bored like Nice looks when he wins video games on the webcam. We could actually like print screen a still image of him and just have it there the whole time, and production could save a little bit of bandwidth on the webcam feed. I love it. Yeah. Stone cold killer.
You know what's kind of funny with that engage? That's an engage where you normally want to lift up the spore to get a full surround on the DTs, but obviously you can't do that because then you can't see them. Like there's moments where you want to get better surface area on units in a mineral line, so you'll uproot the spore to create more of an angle. But yeah, a bit unfortunate here for Rex. I do think letting the 4th go up was a mistake for him. I would have liked to see him flanking this army a bit more, you know, being forward on the map, doing more run bys and that sort of stuff. But You can't still be on Ravager Bane 11 minutes into the game. So that was the problem with, remember with his mutas, he immediately started massing Ravagers like he wanted to go for a kill move. But the mutas got shut down, and it just felt from there, Rex was kind of going for plan B or plan C, the Ravager Bane double upgrade. But that is a style which I feel like it's 7 minutes to maybe 9 minutes. It's like the best composition in the world, especially if the Protoss pushes you on creep. Ravager Bane is like, oh, just amazing. Nice is like, I'm waiting till I'm maxed and have it maxed at like Colossus, Archons, Immortals, +3. At that point, Ravager Bane falls off very hard.
Yeah, certainly. It's got its window, and then it's really quite useless against that late game or, you know, mid to late game Protoss army with all that splash. Man, a great series from Nice so far. Really kind of feeling not so great for Rex's chances in the series. Feels like Nice has kind of started the games in charge and hasn't really shown any signs of slipping either. Like, I haven't looked at any of these games and thought at any particular moment, oh wow, Rex is, you know, looking great here. There are a couple times when Rex has got like a good timing, like he's got a lot more army, but I'm still not super worried for Nice. I'm still like, oh, Nice has got what he needs to hold, and I trust in his abilities to make that happen.
Yeah, I mean, I like the quick Spire because I think that can turn into a very explosive style. Like, if I think of that and I think of like Dark and Rogue, they're just primo, you know, top flexible ZVP players. And what would they do? They kill the Protoss with less workers than them, you know? They don't need to have a worker advantage, but it's like, hey, here's the mutas, surprise! And they hide it really well, and then bam, there's Lings denying the third and then denying the fourth, and it just feels like there's more problems. In these games, I'm going to say, I think my main criticism is Rex seems to have too much of a passive mindset, kind of just wants to get to the mid game and then play a big macro game, but he's not actually going to a late game army. And I think if you're going up against a guy the caliber of Nice, you need to be heading Hive, Broodlords, rushing Ultras and Vipers or something. Like, you've got to go to some high-tech army, Lurkers, right? Go for those Lurker upgrades. Something like that. Otherwise, you can't afford to be so defensive, and you've got to be more timing-oriented, right? So at the moment, he's caught in a hard spot of trying to be defensive, but also committing to a composition that does not scale well into the later stages. So he's going to have to either get more aggressive or tech up faster.
Oh, I was about to ask you, Pig. You gave me two options, but I'm gonna put you on the spot right now. You're Rex. You're in game 3. You're down 0-2 against Nice, the champion of the region. What do you do?
Go kill him, mate. I mean, I commit hard. Commit really hard. Ravagerling Bane, get in there. I want those Baneling run bys hitting the moment they're finished, or Baneling drops out it in. And, you know, I don't know what the next map is off the top of my head. I know Tropical got vetoed by Rex, which means you've used Data C up. You're probably going to pick, well, too late. Let's just let them tell me. Moondance, of course. All right. So a map where it's pretty hard to kill the opponent. This is definitely going to play into this player's hands. There's a reason he picked this map in the top left side in the blue. He's a very good gamer representing Good Game Gaming. It is Nice.
And in the bottom right from Onside Gaming, has not got a map yet in this series, but can he make it competitive? This is Rex.
I've seen a few people try some clever all-ins on this map versus Protoss. I'm yet to see one of them work. Especially things like the German taxi, you know, the Queen Overlord drop pushes just look appallingly bad in general on this map. Any sort of Queen walk, just that front choke at the third is so easy to defend in general. So I think really, if you're going to all in, it's got to be a surprise Baneling bust or something early on. But because you can wall off with just a gateway and a cybercore, tough to make that work. More likely for Rex to macro on up, take a third, take a fourth, and play from there. Once Nice moves out to a fourth base, there are some angles for Ravager Bane. The other option is Nidus Worm. There's a lot of space off to the side of the main base.
Yeah.
So that plus the backdoor base, really good Nidus opportunities.
Feels like you don't see in the Worm from Down Under that much these days.
We should more. I feel like even like Nidus Swarm Host could be good on this map, actually. I've been memeing around with that on like one base lately, but I don't think that scales to this level of play. But you know, the old 3 base like Roach Queen, like just 60 drone, get out what 10, 16 swarm hosts and start popping Nidus Worms up. That style's really good. Obviously, pros in general, the consensus has been if they have Blink, they can shut it down. But if they're playing Charge, it's really hard for them to deal with because they don't have as much mobility.
Yeah, right on. Definitely is the play of yesteryear. All right, well, as things settle here, we do see everything being pretty normal for both players. A nice sort of opening with the Stalker in the early game, rather the Adept and the Stalker. And what is his follow-up? What is his tier 2 structure for the Protoss? Kind of gives us a good idea of where this game's going to go. The Zerg isn't doing anything wild. It is just going to be a Stargate opener, a bit of a ho-hum opener here for Nice.
It's a really late Stargate, man.
Yeah,
it's like a minute later than the normal Stargate.
Yeah.
It's a bizarre build from Nice right now.
Double Stargate. Okay, all right, not ho-hum. This is interesting.
I was gonna say 2-star Phoenix because that's what you'd normally do off this, but just because it's Taiwan, I'm like, is Nice gonna do it for me? I've been calling for Haas to bring out the old double star Oracle. I'm like, come on, it's been a while. The Zergs have forgotten how to deal with it. We'll see if Nice feels a little bit wild.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm feeling wild. I'm ready for these 2-star plays.
4 gases for Nice very early. The Overlord pokes in the back, does not see an early Nexus. Roachwarren's on the way for Rex. He's like, what are you up to? And it is indeed the Mass Phoenix. So yeah, it's really rough with if you end up just playing safe here and building a bunch of roaches, because you've seen Warp Gate early. Everything here points to a Twilight or a Robo opening. And that's why Rex has a very high likelihood now of just, he's so low on economy, Maynard. So the counter to this build, as Rex, is to build like 70 workers. If you just rush drones, like he can't do anything to you.
Yep.
It works because it looks like there's some sort of ground attack you're hiding, but comes in and sees the gases. That should tell him to hold the drone key down. Why else would there be 4 gases? I don't know if Rex saw the 3rd base in the back, though. That is a problem for him. Yeah, did he see that one? No, so he should poke back in it, because if he sees both of those, he'll know to be super greedy. As it is, though, his work account way behind. He's got a lot of queens, though, which is definitely a good beginnings to the defense.
Yeah, it certainly is, but it looks like he's picking up the memo here. Drones starting to come out in clusters from the lava here for the Zerg. The Ling sort of looking at that front stage, and at the back, like Overlord still hasn't confirmed that Nexus is unfortunately still just chilling out the front of the natural here.
Oh, Shield Battery is on the way at home. The Phoenix coming in, not finding anything just yet. Of course, they'll bypass these queens at the front and go into the main base. Lots of Spore Crawlers going down. Overlord does fall, and a few drones will follow. Spore Crawler is going to start damaging these Phoenix, but Nice with some good micro. Gets another Overlord, pulls back.
Another dead Overlord.
Beautiful play. Oh, very well done.
Man, Rex is heavily supply blocked right now. Oh, boy.
Luckily, he got to 57 workers before this. If you're at like 45, 50, and then the Phoenix start doing that damage, like you're just dead. You can't recover. But he's closer to 60. He's got like 3 mineral lines, pretty healthy. He's got a lot of queens out, so Rex can recover from this. This is very expensive, and Phoenix don't scale so well into the later stage. On the other hand, he's continuing Phoenix production and making +1 air weapons, which tells me Nice wants to make Uncle Roddy proud. As I say that, he goes double Robo Forge. Oh, yeah, Nice has a really weird style he plays here, where he gets every single piece of tech and like tries to kind of counter what the Zerg's doing in the follow-up. So he's gonna be very flexible based on what he sees out of Rex.
Yeah, it's the great thing about these plays, the reason why Roddy loves it so much. Going for your big Robo heavy hitters on the ground while your Phoenixes rule the skies, pushing all of that Zerg vision back, supply blocking the Zerg if they don't keep everything close to their chest. That's another dead Overlord right there. Like every little bit like this is just free damage, and it takes so little for these Phoenixes to catch and kill Overlords. Even over a Spore Crawler, they can just sit there and take it as they just stack on top of each other. It's very, very abusive.
Only 56 drones for Rex. He's building roaches right now. Oh, he's going to attack. He's going to attack, yeah.
I don't think he wants to play the longer game against the Stargate style.
Oh, man. Attacking into that 3rd base choke is impossible. Yeah, he's already building batteries. Dude, attacking, and he's building a Robo Bay as well. Like, there's no way you get in there. Oh, he's even grabbing 2 queens. Ooh, okay, good transfuses. Saves the 2nd queen there. Phoenix falls. A couple more Overlords go down. Transfuser's trying to machine gun out, but man, those Phoenix do so much damage.
Oh, man. On paper, not really feeling it for Rex in this game. Making 9 Overlords to try and attack a guy who's still continuing to just kill everything with your Phoenixes.
Oh, I mean, yeah, there's no rally behind this. He's just building nothing but Overlords. The Phoenix realizing they can't do much. There we go. He's pushing out the front right now. The Queens, the Spores moving forward. The problem is there's already, I think, 4 Immortals out, right?
He's about to go to 4 if he doesn't already have them.
Yeah, he's already on 2, soon 4. He's going to have 5 shield batteries. And guess what? Disruptors are about to start up behind this as well. As soon as those Immortals finish, there's going to be Disruptors on the way. I mean,
and
breaking through, no way.
Can lift every Queen, too.
Yeah.
Like, there's enough of them.
Obviously, if they lift all of them, they can't kill them, but still, they might be able to actually just pick up 1 at a time, 2 at a time, and you know, get through the transfuse even. Yeah, look how quick their damage is, and they're off creep. They can't transfuse. A bunch of Queens go down.
Yeah, the creatures aren't quite up here just yet.
Dude, Nice is on another level. I've seen him do well in this region. I've never seen him dominate like he is today. This is actually incredible.
And different styles every time as well. You know, he's not a one-trick pony. He doesn't just do this one really strong, abusive style where he plays this boring PvZ that's super predictable. He's actually playing multiple different ways of dissecting Rex here. And this poor guy, Rex has just been outclassed in this best of 5.
Yeah, Nice is just, I think, showing a great understanding of his opponent, the meta, how to play the maps. And going into, looks like a Hydra transition is Rex now. Fleet Beacon's already on the way for Nice. Very early Fleet Beacon, actually. On 5 gas, I don't really agree with that move. I think he should be getting a Twilight and Charge. Because I think he needs to have the ability to build some Zealots. You can see he's got a very heavy mineral bank. His Phoenix are just destroying, though. I think he's having too much fun with the Phoenix to care.
And it doesn't really matter if he loses 3 or 4 of them here. It's not the biggest of deals. Fleet Bacon sizzling in the pan as well. Probably smells good for Protoss.
Can't get a 4th right now. That's the only problem for him. Not getting a 4th is really sucky on this map because the main's half mined out. The back base is only 6 minerals and 1 gas. But dude, the value from these Phoenix, almost all of that was killed by Phoenix only. Damn.
Yeah. Hydras are on the way here for Rex, which is a unit that's, you know, pretty fantastic against what's destroying all of his Overlords, but not super great against everything else.
Phoenix picking up some Ravages there. Very nice. Roach goes down as well. A couple of them, in fact. Adepts will get picked off, but Nice. Oh, he finds another 5 Overlords. Oh, my gosh. Oh, friggin'. That just hurts.
I'm sorry, Zergs. This is NSFZ.
Yeah, dude. I mean, oh. Yeah, this is like watching those clips of I don't know. It's like the clips of the guy trying to do the backflip across the pool, but then he lands on the bloody the concrete on the side.
Yeah,
except
or
somehow Nice is doing that to him.
I used to be a skateboarder a long time ago, and I feel like I have an obscene amount of empathy for skate failure videos.
Oh yeah, when they try to grind, but then they end up using their crotch instead of the skateboard on the pole.
I have firsthand experienced a lot of those. Not all of them, thankfully, because I'm still alive, but a lot of them.
Pain. Got that empathy.
Yeah, it's like the Zergs empathizing with all of their Overlords getting popped by a ball of Phoenixes. +1 attack.
4th and 5th base goes down for Nice. He's building carriers, +2 air weapons, and more disruptors. Hard for him to actually push and finish Rex off. So Rex is like, well, I guess I've got a chance. You know, he's going to try and go Hydra Bane as well as towards Hive and see if he can find his way back in. I have seen, because you spend so much gas on the Phoenix, so much gas on these disruptors, you don't really have a normal core to your army, right? It's just a handful of Immortals and a few Stalkers. So I've seen people lose from here where they just get a bit too cocky because it's going so well. You really got to have respect for just how weak the core of your army is in terms of raw combat abilities. These Phoenix are rather fragile. Few Immortals on their own aren't going to get the job done. If you don't land the disruptor shots, things could go bad.
Yeah, certainly. Oh, in come the Hydras. Disruptor shots firing on the left side. Kills 3 or so Roaches. This one trying to get into the middle of the pack of the Hydras. Only kills 2 of them here. Now, there are carriers in the middle of the pack. Good flank from Rex. You know, he's got quite a few units coming in from multiple angles. He's killing a lot of the interceptors of the carriers as well. But
the Phoenix clean that whole right flank on their own, though. Like, dude, oh, man. All the Robo units survive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like the interceptors are dying, but there is still so much Protoss remaining underneath the shadows of those carriers, and they did their job for sure. And the Phoenixes, like you mentioned, picking up the right side on those Hydras, taking them down on their lonesome. Carriers still coming out 2x2, and I mean, I don't even know if Nice needs a mothership here. Just having a big ball of carriers probably going to be pretty effective against a guy that seems to have a lot of Hydras and not really like anything like Blinding Cloud or Corruptors or Vipers or anything like that. That's really scary against this kind of army for Protoss.
Lings and Hydras are massing on out, +2 range as well. Hive starts up for Rex, but dude, Nice has had the time to build such a perfect army, and feels like we're seeing a repeat of that story of, Rex has some moments, he's got some fight in him, but then it's like, oh, he's so far behind now. And it really is watching such an experienced Protoss veteran just methodically push a bit forward on creep, but oh, so many disruptors in every single direction.
Yeah, a big concave of Hydralisks. That's, yeah.
Just too much Protoss, man. That was like the perfect angle. Just too outnumbered. He's only got +1 on the Hydras as well. Rex fought hard, but this is Nice's day. No one's beating Nice today.